Hello again. It is very irritating when some smart aleck claims that it's incorrect to call asylum seekers illegal immigrants because by claiming asylum here, they have at once established a right to remain in this country until their case has been decided. This is, of course, quite false because we are dealing with two completely different things. It's possible to be both an asylum seeker and an illegal immigrant. A more interesting point to consider is why the lifeboat service and indeed the border force are not being prosecuted for facilitating illegal immigration. This is a specific criminal offence which can carry a prison sentence. The main law which covers illegal immigration in this country is the 1971 Immigration Act, and the parts of that law which deal with the matter are sections 24 and 25. Of course, this Act has been modified by subsequent legislation, but the 1971 Act is still the foundation of the matter. Ironically enough, I remember taking part in protest marches against this Act when Ted Heath's government introduced it. In the description to this video, I give a link to the Crown Prosecution Service's account of the 1971 Act and how it affects immigration today. Let me quote. Entering the UK without leave or arriving without entry clearance, contrary to Section 24 of the Immigration Act 1971. There, that's illegal immigration. Not only that, but as these offences are now indictable, the Criminal Attempts Act 1981 applies, and it is therefore an offence to attempt to commit a Section 24 offence. In other words, if you get into a small boat and set out heading towards this country, hoping to enter without showing a passport or having obtained a visa, that's a criminal offence. But suppose you do so because you are a refugee. I quote, a refugee is not to be taken to have come to the United Kingdom directly from a country where their life or freedom was threatened if they stopped in another country outside the United Kingdom, unless they can show they couldn't reasonably be expected to have sought protection under the Refugee Convention in that country. This means that those people who have been living in France are legally not regarded as refugees when they set off across the channel to this country. Section 25 of the 1971 Immigration Act makes it an offence to facilitate or aid illegal immigrants entering Britain. This specifically applies to providing them with transport, such as boats. The whole enterprise which we are witnessing in the English Channel, where people who have been living in France attempt to enter Britain without a visa, is plainly illegal, and those who offer to help those people are also committing an offence. Don't take my word for it. Click on the link I give to the Crown Prosecution Service summary of the law and the cases which have helped to clarify the law. We are witnessing public bodies and charities in this country engaged in criminal activity on an industrial scale, and yet nobody seems minded to stop it. Instead, they are helping and facilitating the process. Why they are doing so is open to question, but that they are doing so is not.